afternoon, Father Ross.
Good afternoon. How are you today?
Good. How are you?
Not too bad.
Beautiful day out here.
It is beautiful. In fact, we're in our new parking lot that we reinstated. Hasn't been a couple weeks now?
Yeah, I think about 2 weeks.
Couple weeks. It's the gravel's sitting pretty well, not too dusty now. And you look behind us, they got the fence up this week.
Yep.
So they just put that up this week. The sign says, if you want to pivot a little bit, it says hard hats and safety glasses required. So if you want to go back there, Father, you have to get your safety glasses and your hard hat.
But I'm not going to go back there without being supervised by a construction worker.
Yes.
So we ask that no parishioners or rubberneckers try to wander onto the site to give any advice to the construction workers. So Thank you for abiding by all the rules and regulations that are posted on the fences.
We can just look at it from afar. So, but tomorrow we have some stuff starting to go on a little bit. We have a food drive.
Yeah, we're going to, all the 3 parishes in the county are going to reach out to the number of food pantries here. We've got a lot of outreach and a lot of need for local families. And so at all 3 locations, at St. John's in Ogden, at St. Malachy's in Madrid, and here in Boone tomorrow afternoon from 5 until 7, then again on Saturday morning from 9 until 11. We'll have some people there to receive food. If you want to drop by a few things coming from the grocery store, that'd be great. We need non-perishable food items. There's a complete list of things we're recommending on our website if you want to check there. There are a number of food pantries that we're going to help here, Impact here in Boone and Salvation Army in Boone, Greater Love in Madrid, the Slater Food Pantry, the Huxley Food Pantry, the Ogden Food Pantry, and the Boone High School Food Pantry. Got lots of need, lots of food is being taken out of all of those places every day. So whatever you can do to help us with that, we'd be profoundly grateful.
Yeah, thanks in advance for your generosity. And speaking of food really quick, a little side note. Okay, so we mentioned about Deb and her pita M&Ms. I think the first bag that came in was Tuesday morning, which was my guess, so I won the contest that we had going on with our parish staff. But thanks for the M&Ms, plenty of those, and the staff is enjoying all of those as well. So.
And Deb is hoarding just a little bit, so
we're still a little concerned about her. There's always something to be concerned about when it comes to Deb. So moving off the concept of food, we're continuing with our prayer, including a rededication that takes place tomorrow.
All of the bishops of the United States and Canada are rededicating our nations to the Blessed Virgin Mary. That ceremony is going to take place in all parts of the United States and Canada at 2 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. You're welcome to join us. We're going to link you to our diocesan website. Father Ross will tell you how to get to that website.
Yep, so that diocesan website is scdiocese.org. You can click on that, and they'll be having that live stream. Probably, we need to kind of check on that, but I think it'll probably be on the front page.
Right.
So you just click on the banner.
And we will try to make a link of that from our own our own website. So click on that for prayer together with people of the United States and Canada, praying for the safety of our country and for the end of this epidemic.
Yeah.
Always good to pray about that.
Exactly. And if you've been watching the news lately, of course, the governor was saying a couple of things yesterday, more than a couple of things, about some reopenings that will be occurring. But that doesn't quite affect us as Catholics and really any churchgoers across the state quite yet.
Yeah, while the governor has suggested that churches can be open, really the decision about when we're going to reinaugurate church services rests with our bishops in the state of Iowa, and they're following instructions from the Center for Disease Control. And so our bishops have issued a letter just this week to all Catholics in the state of Iowa suggesting that we will not at this time be returning to masses in church. We of course celebrate Mass here every day, and we encourage people to make a spiritual communion with us each day if that's possible. Just please stay tuned, and further notice it will be at least several weeks before we're able to return to our churches, and then it will be on a very limited basis. So it's going to be a very complicated restructuring and rejoining ourselves to one another for the Eucharist. And so please be patient, and please watch carefully for our website and announcements here on News and Views about when we're going to reinaugurate our Mass schedule.
Yeah, and obviously, thanks for your patience already. As the bishop was kind of saying this afternoon to us, it is difficult. We'll get through this, but it's going to just take a little bit of time to fully reopen to make sure things are done safely.
The bishops of the state of Iowa have inaugurated a statewide task force to help give advice to the bishops, and that's for civic officials and health professionals and pastoral people throughout the state of Iowa that will help us make the proper decision about when and how to return to the weekly celebration of the Eucharist.
Yeah. And finally, we're still, despite social distancing, which will take into account about how we're going to do things, but we're actually going to go through with our ABC sale, which is an annual event here at in Boone, and that this year is June 11th through the 13th. And we'll start collecting items May 29th through June 8th. And also more details regarding when you can drop things off, the locations, the time, stuff like that is going to be forthcoming here in the next couple of weeks or so.
And of course, there are things that can sell very quickly, and there's some things that we cannot take into sales. So please watch our website and further announcements in that regard. If things do not continue to open up here, we of course will move the garage sale to a later date. But right now, we're going to try to keep it on that weekend of the 12th and 13th.
I think by that time we might have full buckets of M&Ms from Deb, so maybe we can start giving those away.
Possibly.
That would be nice. All right, well, that's it for News and Views this week. Do you have anything else?
We want to say a special word of thanks to all of our parishioners for their continued financial support of our mission here. The work continues here. Our school continues to be open with distance learning with our students, and our financial obligations continue. So your financial support for the mission of our parish and here in Madrid and in Ogden is vital. So we want to say a word of thanks to all of you who have been so generous, and we want to ask you to continue to help us carry out the mission of Jesus here in Boone County. May God bless and protect you all.